going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of The Lead Houston, where it's all Houston all the time. Today, we are going to be talking about the ESPN Plus's latest article, including Matt Miller, the NFL Scout Insider, that dropped the list just about earlier today, talking about his top 100 picks in the NFL draft. There's about 250 plus players announced. So these are his top 100 picks, but this isn't his favorite picks. This is his picks. These are being ranked amongst need. How does it work? It was fit and value. That's what it was. So what picks are the best fit for the team and what picks were the best value for the team? That's what's going to be ranked inside this top 100. So it's not necessarily his favorite picks, and it doesn't have to do with talented players either. It's just guys that he think are going to fit whatever scheme for the Houston Texans specifically perfectly, and this draft value around it. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. While we're at it, guys, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We are on the road to 15,000 subscribers. We are under 300 away from 13.5K. That is the mini goal enlarged to the bigger goal of 15K. So again, appreciate every single one of y'all, man. Let's go ahead and get into what Matt Miller has got cooking in here. We're just going to do this number. We're going to read first. We're going to read a quick little description that he has at the beginning. Again, there's 257 names called in the 25 NFL draft. Some front offenses did better than others with their selections, really like the Eagles class, but how did the individuals pick stack up across all 7 rounds? I ranked the best 100 selections. There we go. So this list isn't based purely on talent. That's why we had pre-draft prospect rankings. Here we factored in value, where a player was drafted versus where he was ranked pre-draft, scheme fit, how the selection addressed the need, what the prospect brings on the field, and whether additional assets were gained or lost in any draft day trades to acquire him. Every round is represented, and there are even 38 picks from day 3 among these 100 highlighted selections. Hopefully that gives you all a better image as to what exactly these picks are going to be looking like. So we're going to go ahead. Remember, this is a Houston Texans state of mind, and I could care less about the AFC South. I'm just looking for the Houston Texans, and bam. So the first one on the board, we got Jalen Noel, number 30 here. He's got him as his 30th best ranked pick, I guess. Yeah, 30th ranked pick. Jalen Noel, wide receiver out of Iowa State. Here we go, a little description as well. I expected Noel to be off the board in the early second round. Instead, he slipped to round 3, where the Texans will pair him with college teammate Jaden Higgins to boost their receiver room. A win of 39 spots on my board. Noel can step into the role injured receiver Tank Dell filled, as Noel's quickness at the line and deep speed make him a plug-and-play slot receiver. Now, not a bad one at all. I think we've talked about it to ad nauseum now, but Jalen Noel was my favorite pick. I'm going to stand on that now. Jalen Noel was my favorite pick in this draft. I love the shiftiness he brings. We've talked about him many, many times already. If anybody wants to know my thoughts, you go ahead and check out one of the videos, anything surrounding day 2 of the NFL draft or anything NFL draft in general. I spoke highly of Jalen Noel, and I'm excited to see what Nick Caley can do with him here in a Texans uniform. Let's go ahead and get into the next one. We got Ariante Ursery all the way at 91. So we went from 30 now to 91. There's only 100 here. So Ariante Ursery, the tackle out of Minnesota. Let's see what he's got here. Sometimes fit outweighs pre-draft grade. The Texans are desperately searching for a left tackle in the future after trading Laramie Tunsil, but they don't have to immediately force Ursery into that spot with Cam Robinson on the team in 2025. We've talked about Ursery a little bit as well, too, developmental tackle. I like what I've seen from him, but ultimately, unless he just is the next big thing and he turns out to really kick ass at training camp and even preseason, then maybe he ends up being a starter for you day 1. But honestly, I just don't see that happening. We've heard Todd McShay speak very high of Ariante Ursery, even calling him so much as to saying maybe the best tackle in 2 to 3 years when we look back at revisionist history. Maybe Ursary is that dude, but as of right now, I think he is just a backup tackle for right now. I'm not going to say he wins a starting position. I think they're going to rely on the veterans this year, and they're going to win out the job. But who knows? Competition is the thing here, and it's the name of the game for D'Amico Ryans and the Houston Texans. Let's see. We got one more. Okay. Number 96, Jalen Reed out of Penn State. I was really happy about this pick. I really like Jalen Reed out of Penn State. I think I'm a little bit higher on him than others were. But here's a little description right there. A hard-hitting in-the-box safety, Reed will make an immediate impact on special teams. He has the tools to work his way onto the field in sub packages while developing into a starter at strong safety. Jalen Reed was used every which way at Penn State. He played. He was just a playmaker, just to put it quite simply. He's a type of guy on the football field. He is a playmaker. He finds the football, and the football finds him. Okay, vice versa. It goes well and well. It is like peanut butter and jelly. It is like two to tango. Jalen Reed knows exactly what to do when it comes to the football field. And yes, this is a Frank Ross pick for the beginning of his career. Frank Ross is going to be happy about a Jalen Reed, but Jalen Reed also has tools to be utilized in a very specific way on this defense. Now, is it going to happen year one? Don't see that happening, but could see it in a few years, especially now with no Eric Murray. Now, I know they've got C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Not quite sure how long he stays here with the Houston Texans. I'm not saying that Jalen Reed is the answer, but I do believe that he has a specific skill set the Texans were looking for, and I could see why they grabbed him. And again, you're looking at him in the 6th round is when they grabbed him. I mean, he had him ranked 126. We got him at 187. So that's what we're talking about right there. There's no more on his list. So we got Jalen Noel, the wide receiver out of Iowa State. We had Ariante Ursary, the tackle from Minnesota, and then the safety, Jalen Reed. Those were his top 100 picks. Again, ranked around draft fit, need, value, all that good stuff. None of this has to do with their talent. Now, we know Jalen Noel's talented. We know Ursary has potential. And we know Jalen Reed is a special teamer that could develop into a potential long-term backup, maybe even a starter. Who knows? But I don't mind this. The Houston Texans, again, the draft was a super contenting draft. I wasn't ecstatic about the draft, but I wasn't displeased. I thought this draft was solid. I thought the players on this list are good for the Texans, good pickups. And again, Jalen Reed needs to be talked about a whole lot more. The dude can do it all. I'm a big fan of what he can bring for this Houston Texans defense in the foreseeable future. But let me know, do you agree or disagree with Matt Miller's top 100 picks? Jaden Higgins, not listed on here on the top 100. He was picked 34. I don't know where he ranked Jaden Higgins on his pre-draft board. Who knows? I know a lot of people were pretty high on Jaden Higgins, particularly high on Higgins than most. So who knows where he had him ranked, but are y'all shocked that Higgins didn't fall on the top 100? Let me know down in the comments section whether you agree or disagree with any of my takes, Matt Miller's takes, or just drop a swarm in the comments. I already know how you feel. And as always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.